Hey guys, this is Brian with American Steel Carports. Today in this video, we're going to be going over how to use the 3D builder on our website so that you can customize the metal building of your dreams. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, so first things first, you're going to want to open up your browser and then go to Google and make sure you type in americansteelinc.com. That'll take you to our website. Alrighty, now once you're on our homepage of our website, you're gonna see at the very top we have several tabs: home, products, building price. That's the one that we're gonna want to go to. So click on building price and it's gonna take you to our 3D configurator. Now you'll see here that it's gonna be asking you for your delivery zip code. So our buildings are priced by where they're gonna be installed at. So just put in the zip code of where your building will be installed at. So if you live in Texas, but it's gonna be installed in Arizona, you would put your Arizona zip code. So we're gonna do it for here in Joshua, which is 76058. Click start building. Okay, so now we're in. You'll see very here that we have a standard carport with a A-frame vertical roof as our base building. That's just how it starts. Now you'll see here on the right that you'll have your style as your first tab of what you can pick and choose. You can also see here on the left hand side that your zip code will be displayed, and then if you happen to change it, so if you're going to be installed in a different area, you can click on the zip code and go ahead and change it if needed. But we're going to go ahead and build out the building of our most popular one on YouTube. So currently that is a garage with a lean-to with some unique colors and all that. So we're going to be building that one. So on the right hand side here under style, we're going to be building a garage. So you'll see that we have several options as far as carport, triple wide, wide span, and the two different styles that we offer, an RV carport, a utility building, ag barn, continuous slope barn, freestanding lean-to, a loafing shed, mini storage, and the garage. That's the one that we want to pick. And once you go ahead and click on it, you'll see that it'll bring up a very standard garage, kind of a preset, that we have standard here. You'll see if you start spinning the building around, it's got two garage doors on the front. It's got black and white colors. It's got the wainscot. On the right hand side here, you'll see that it does have a man door or a walk-in door. That's going to be a 36 by 80. It's got two windows here on this side. You'll see here on the back, it doesn't currently have anything, but then on the other side, it does have two more windows. And these are all, several options that you can customize to fit the building, however you need to. Okay, so the building on the YouTube video that we're building out is gonna be a 22 by 30 by 11 foot tall. So once you kind of picked out your style, it's gonna ask for the surface the building will be installed on. We're just gonna go ahead and say concrete, but you can pick either dirt, gravel, or asphalt. It's gonna also ask you for the roof style. And here, the building that on the video is gonna be an A-frame vertical style. So we're gonna click A-frame vertical, and then you can also change the pitch of the roof that we have here. Standard is gonna be your 312, but you can also do 412 and 512. So we'll keep it at 312 for now. And the next tab up after that will be the size of the building. So if you'll notice here in the middle of this 3D configurator, right below where it says garage, it'll actually display the size of the building. So right now it's telling me that it is a 24 wide, 30 foot long, and 10 foot tall. Our building will be a 22 wide, 30 feet long, and 11 foot tall. So we'll go ahead and change that. So under the tab for size, you'll see here that it says width. We're gonna change that to 22. The frame length is 30, so that's good because that is what we need. And the height on this building is gonna be 11 instead of 10. Now, you'll notice on the building that it did remove one of the doors. That's just letting you know that the two doors that were on there wouldn't fit on that width of a building. So right now it only has one. So in case you want to see what will fit on your building, that's a good way of letting you know. And also, just doing the math, you can figure it out. But we are doing a garage, so luckily this building is already fully enclosed, so no need to change that. The next tab up will be sides and ends. So we'll click on that real quick. And here is where you could change that. So like if it wasn't a fully enclosed garage, you know, if you only had the two sides and the both ends were open, you can go ahead and do that where here, where it says gable ends, you can change it from fully enclosed to open, and that'll go ahead and remove that gable end. Or if you wanted it to do just the triangle portion, the gable end, or if you wanted to do, you know, a little bit more than that, you have a wide variety of selection right here. But this is a garage, so we're going to go back to fully enclosed. Also, the sides work the same way as well. Now, I did say that this building does have a lean-to, and if you're looking at it from the front, that lean-to is going to be on the left-hand side. So here in this same section, if you click on left lean, there's nothing there right now, but right here where it says left lean, none or lean only, you click on lean and it'll add it to it. So now you can see here that there's a lean-to on your building. So if you didn't want it on that side and you want it on the right side, it's the same thing. You would just click on right lean, click on lean only, and it would add it to the right side instead. Here this lean-to does have a side with some openings and two gables, so the front and the back on it. So here in this section for the gable end, for the front, you'll click gable end, as well as for the back gable end, you'll do gable end as well. And then for sidewall, you're gonna click fully enclosed, and that's gonna take care of your sidewall on that lean-to. We're not gonna do any center storage. The J trim is added, so we're all good to go. So now let's go on to the next section. That's gonna be the additional options. All right, so here in the additional options portion of the 3D builder, this is where you can select the orientation of your panels for the siding. So this customer does have vertical siding on right now. Now that is an upgrade if you would like it, but normally our buildings do come with horizontal sides. And here in this section is where you can change it if you want to go ahead and do that. But because this customer did go ahead and get vertical siding, we're going to keep it vertical. Also, our buildings do come standard with 14 gauge tubing for the frame. But here in this section, you can upgrade it to the 12 gauge frame that we offer. This customer did go ahead and do that, so we'll go ahead and change that as well. Then you can also change the gauge of the sheet metal that's on the building. Normally standard will be the 29 gauge ag panels that we have, but you do have options to upgrade to the 26 gauge ag panel or the 26 gauge PBR panel. The difference between the two 26 gauge panels is one is going to be the same profile, that ag, as the 29 gauge, or the other one, the PBR, will just have a different profile. It's always good to check with your HOA or wherever your building is going to be installed, because some places do require that the panels on your building be more of an upgrade, so the 26 gauge instead of the 29. Also, the profile sometimes has to match if it's like in a residential area, stuff like that. So just make sure to check with that. If you keep going, you'll have options for the base trim. That's just the trim that we place, you know, all along the perimeter of the building. Next up will be the colored screws. I always recommend getting that option because our buildings do come with galvanized screws. They do the job well, but they are a little bit of an eyesore. So if you want your building, you know, to be aesthetically pleasing, I would go ahead and get the colored screwed option, because then that'll just match, you know, on the white panels, the screws will be white as well. And on the black panels, the screws will be black. You also have options for screws, welded on brackets, all that stuff. Luckily here in this configuration, we don't need to do any of that. So we're good on those. And then you do have an additional option of selecting, you know, an extra sheet of panels. Luckily here on this building, we don't need that option, so we're good there. And insulation. This customer did go ahead and do insulation on their building, so we're gonna go ahead and click the insulation option. Now it's gonna ask you where you want that insulation. Insulation is only gonna be installed on vertical panels. So thankfully our roof is A-frame vertical, so it can go on there. And our sides and ends are vertical, so it'll go on there. But we only have insulation on the main part of the building. So the 22 by 30 by 11, we don't have insulation on the lean-to portion of this building. So we're gonna go ahead and click roof, left sidewall, right sidewall, back wall, and front wall. We're the center section, and we're gonna leave the left section insulation alone. After that, we're gonna be in the doors, windows, and frame out section. So once we click on that, it'll give us the option of adding, the accessories that we offer here at American Steel Carports. We do offer, regular walk-in doors, man doors, frame mounts, roll-up doors, and overhead doors. We also offer vents and windows. So I do know that this customer here on the front does have a roll-up door, and you'll see that one popped up on the screen, and here with the little pencil icon, you can click on that. And once you click on that, it's going to give you the options that we normally have here. The customer on this building did get a 10 by 10. You also have the option of changing the trim style of the door. So it'll be regular square, or you can change it to the Texas cuts that we offer. That's just going to give you that angled corner that we normally do on, openings or doors. This customer did not go ahead and do that, so we're just going to keep it square. And if you were getting multiple of a door, so like multiple 10 by 10s, you can always click the clone option on that, and it will just keep adding more doors until it runs out of room, or if it doesn't fit, it won't put it on there. Alrighty, now moving on to the right hand side of this building, so the side opposite of the lean-to. It doesn't have anything on there. So this building does have a walk-in door and 2 windows, so we're just going to click on them and click remove, and we're good on that side. On the back hand side, we're good there, and now we're going to move to the other side with the lean-to. So still selecting the wall, not the lean-to itself, but the wall of the actual main section of the building. It already has our 2 windows on there, but they are the incorrect size. So we need to change them from the 35 by 36 option to the 30 by 53 inch option. So you just click on them, select the right size, click close, and we'll do the same thing for the under window. So click on the pencil icon, choose the 30 by 53 inch option, and click close. It also has a walk-in door on there. The walk-in door on that side is a regular 36 by 80 man door. So we click here on the right hand side, door, and it'll add a door to that wall. Fortunately, it's placed it in between the 2 windows, and it doesn't go there. So we'll switch it over closer to the front end of the building, and you'll see when I'm moving this door around, it'll highlight where the trusses are of that structure. And so normally on our buildings, the legs or where the trusses are of a structure, we don't put, a window or a door or anything like that. We'll usually just frame it next to it so that we don't have to get rid of that leg. But in the case that, you do want a specific window or door in a certain location, we can put it there. Just know that whenever you do that, you're gonna have these added option of a header so that we can put that window or door, in a place where a truss would normally land. But if you don't want to get that extra cost and you're okay with kind of, compromising on location of that door or window, we can just put it next to that leg or truss. So luckily here, I'm just going to put it next to this one so that we don't have to add that header option, and make sure that the other 2 windows are placed correctly, and we'll be good to go. One more thing, whenever you are moving these doors and windows around, you'll see that when you hold it, it'll let you know from left, right, up, and down where it's going to be placed. So also another thing, whenever you're trying to give us details on exactly where you want these doors or windows placed, you can always tell us, oh, I want it 20 feet from the front, or 13 and a half from the back, and we can make sure that you and American Steel Carports are on the same page of where things are going to be placed. And luckily that's all for accessories on this customer's building. Looks very nice. Now lastly, on the lean-to, this customer did go ahead and get some openings or frame outs on that side. So here in that same section, we're going to click on the left lean, and that'll bring us to the wall of the lean-to. Alrighty, so we're going to add the frame outs to the lean-to of this building. The lean-to does have 3 frame outs. They're going to be 8 wide by 7 foot tall, and here on the bottom of the screen you can tell that it says 11 foot and 6 foot tall. The 6 foot tall is referring to the lean-to of that building. So if we were to put a frame out on that, it wouldn't fit. So one thing I forgot to do is we need to change the size of this lean-to for the customer. So we're gonna go back up here to the tab that says size. And now it's gonna give us both options for the size of the building of the main structure and the size of the lean-to. You can see here that it says 8 wide by 30 foot long by 6 foot tall. And we need the outside leg of this lean-to to be 8 foot. All right, that looks very good. And now that the size of our lean-to is correct, let's go back to the frame out option and put those frame outs in. All right, same thing, click on left lean here in the doors, windows, and frame out section. Gonna show the left wall here. We're gonna click frame out option. We're gonna change the size of this frame out. It's gonna give you either a window, walk-in door, 6x6 door frame out, or we're gonna do a custom size. We're gonna click on that, okay? Once we're here, we're gonna click the size 8 feet wide, 7 foot tall, and the openings the customer got were square. We're gonna go ahead and click clone to give us one more, and then clone once more to give us our third one. Now, realistically, the space in between the outside frame outs and the central one are too close, so that wouldn't work. But we need them to be placed evenly here throughout the length of the structure. So if you notice down here in the center of this, where all the dimensions are and everything like that, we do have this center option. If you click on that, it's gonna automatically center each of the options on that wall. And that looks very good. That matches the building that the customer got. Moving on to the next section, that's gonna be the colors options. So we'll click on that. And now you'll see that we are able to change the colors of this building. Currently, it's gonna be black roof, black wainscot, and white siding, but that's not what the customer got. The customer got white siding on their building, and they got burnished slate roof and burnished slate trim. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and change the colors on this building now. You're gonna see here that it's gonna give you the options for the roof, the trim, the end wall, side walls, and the wainscot. So I did say that the roof of this building was burnished slate, so we're gonna click that option. And you'll see that it went ahead and changed it on the 3D configurator. The trim is going to be the burnished slate as well, so we'll click that as well. The siding is going to be the white, so luckily it's already on there, and the sidewalls and the end walls are going to match. And one thing is that this customer did not get wainscot on their building, so we're just going to go ahead and remove that. And look at that, we've gone ahead and matched our 3D building to the building that the customer happened to get in that video. Looks very nice. And the last section of the 3D configurator is going to be the services, financing, and warranty. That's just going to ask, if it's going to be installed over an existing structure, and there's going to be a fee included with that. It's going to ask you if it's going to be installed on a deck or dock that's not floating. It's going to ask you if this building was going to be installed on a wall, and that's only be up to 3 feet tall. And it's going to ask you if the legs of the building are going to be needed to be cut on site. So it's going to explain a little bit of the warranty information that this building comes with. So currently it does have the engineer certified. It's going to have the 1-year workmanship on all of our buildings. And because this building is 12 gauge, it's going to come with a 20-year rust through the frame. But you can go ahead and check out your structure, make sure that it has all the options, the colors, the sizes, everything that you're looking for to customize on your metal building. And once you're good to go ahead and submit that for a quote, you're gonna go up here to the left-hand side and click save. And it's gonna ask you for all your information. So like your name, your phone number, email, delivery address, where the building is gonna go to. It's gonna have a little notes section so that you can put in, like, if you have any particular information that you need to let American Steel know, you can put it right there. So it's gonna have a contact me part. It's gonna ask if you have questions about your building so that we can go ahead and contact you as soon as possible, as soon as we receive the email. It's gonna have the option that if you're ready to go ahead and buy, then we'll just contact you with the information as far as pricing of the building and what to do next. It's also gonna say if you want to click the option of you're just exploring building options right now, you're just trying to see like what you can get, what options are out there and stuff like that. The next two questions that it asks, how do you hear about us? It's just kind of see, where you as a customer are coming from, be it our Facebook page, our Instagram page, If you happen to Google us and we showed up on there, or if you happen to come to our shop here in the Joshua, Texas, and spoke to one of us here. Once you enter all that information, you're gonna either click email link, which is gonna send an email to you, so you have the details of your structure, and it's also gonna send an email here to American Steel Carports, so that one of our salespeople are gonna get that email and get the pricing for you and respond back to you in a timely manner. You also have the option to print the details, and so then that'll also give you the option of printing out a physical copy of your structure. But once all that's good and go, we'll get an email here at the shop. One of our salespeople will reach out to you with the details of your structure and pricing, and they're gonna go over what to do next if you decide to go ahead and buy, or if you're simply, just looking around and stuff like that. Well, we hope that this video helped you as a customer, navigate our 3D builder on the website. It does have a lot of options. It does have a lot of sizes, doors, windows, colors, all that stuff to pick from. But it is not as hard as, and daunting as one might seem. But once you get all that situated, and look through all the options, it is very easy to customize and get the metal building of your dreams. Anyway, this has been Brian with American Steel Carports, here to answer questions and show you all that we can do so that you can get your dream metal building too.